My name is Special Agent TerryHarris. I work with the Department of Education. I'm currently an operations officer at the headquarters office. My prior law enforcement experience includes 7 years as a canine handler for the Air Force, in addition to almost about 16 years, I guess, with the Air Force Office of Special Investigations as a special agent. I've been with Education OIG now for about 2 years. So last night, in talking with my peers and my coworkers, or other female law enforcement officers, I noticed that sometimes we have a differencing of opinion in how we reflect on our femininity and how it has either helped us or hindered us as we are navigating this male-dominated, career field. I, for one, feel as though I've not had to change who I am or kind of hide my femininity. I've actually used my femininity as a strength. I don't see it as a hindrance to me. I see it as, part of who I am. And so I didn't want to make that as, I don't want to be a female. I want to, empower myself and use what I've been given. Whereas some of my other colleagues were like, well, I think that I've had to more try to adapt into the male-dominated world and be more like put on a different persona, where I didn't feel that way. I also think that being a female in law enforcement, I think that we tend to have like a lot of competition. On the male side and my female side, it's a male-dominated, it's a lot of male testosterone going around. Whereas I've learned as I've come up through the ranks and as I've, grown in my career, that we're not in competition with one another. We are truly women here to empower one another, and that it takes us, breaking those barriers to bring each other up. And that I'm not competing with my coworker, and that when she has a success, that success is my success. And I would hope that they would think any successes that I have, that they can claim as well, because we're in this together and we're navigating this world together. I think that's really important. I also think that we have to understand like what a legacy is. People think that a legacy is something that you leave behind, and that's it. I did this really good case and, that's my legacy. No, that's not your legacy. What your legacy truly is those coming up behind you. How well did you train those? How well did you mentor those young female agents, or any male agents, so that when they come up, what did they do? What investigations did they make their names with? And they got that because you mentored them and you trained them, and that is what your legacy is about. My advice to a young female agent who is just now embarking on this career is to be, one, open-minded, understand who you are, what you want to do, what type of law enforcement do you want to do? Because there are different agencies that do different things. So once you understand that, I would encourage you to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Don't be afraid to sit in the background and observe as well. There's a time to ask questions, there's a time to observe. Get to know your policies, your procedures. Most of all, find you a mentor. Find you a mentor that's above you, a mentor that might be below you, and a peer, because you get it from all different degrees. There's no one person going to tell you one thing versus someone else. And be true to who you are. Embrace who you are, understand your own strengths, your own weaknesses, and try to improve upon your weaknesses, but embrace your strengths, because that's what's really going to carry you through in your career. And enjoy this ride, because it's definitely a ride. You're definitely going to have some bumps, some ups and downs, but hey, that's what life is about. You have to take those bumps, put them on your belt, and keep on going, because it's definitely a rewarding career.